generation is up, glued to the screens, all for the views, all for the likes, and it's far from the truth. Addicted to the feed, like crack for the fiends, lost in the memes. Times like this, it's all for the fame and the glamorous. Identity crisis, then we all smile for the cameras. Identity crisis, yeah.
That was a snippet of Identity Crisis, the new single by Jamaican musician Keznamdi, which talks about the impact of social media on our lives. Keznamdi is joining us now. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, that song was pretty powerful. Tell me a little bit about the background of that song.
Well, you know, it's just talking about our relationship with social media, and not just social media, but just the screen. And we're going into the future right now where there's no going around it. You know, it's going to be a part of our lives, you know. So we need to figure out a way and an intervention to make sure that these big companies that are spending billions of dollars and the smartest people in Silicon Valley making sure that they're doing the right algorithm to make us hooked on these screens. We have to create an intervention and a way to make it safe for us to be on these screens.
Yeah.
You know? So that's really what and I believe that as artists should reflect the times at hand. You know, that's a true purpose of an artist. So that's reflecting the times, you know.
Well, I love that. And I want to talk about your music career and just kind of how you got started. Describe your sound, because it's a little bit of reggae, it's a little bit of hip hop, it's a little bit of pop. How would you describe your musical sound?
Well, you know, I'm from Jamaica, you know, so the foundation of the music is reggae, you know what I mean? But we're in a world where globalization is taking place at a very rapid pace. So genres of music don't really exist as much as it did before. You know, so there's a lot of fusion and mixed elements based on that, you know. So I would describe my music as a road to consciousness or enlightening. It's some kind of enlightenment or awakening within yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what do you want to do with that? So you're not just putting out music to kind of have people sing along to and bop their head. It sounds like you really want to make an impact. What do you want people to take away from your music?
I think the highest act in life that a human can do is inspire another human being. You know, so at the core of it is just that, you know, to inspire somebody to do something progressive or, as I was saying earlier, awakening of self, you know what I mean? So. But I'm no preacher, you know what I mean? We just make music within ourselves, and if it can do that, if what I like to play at home can inspire somebody, that's what we're doing, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're going to inspire a lot of people. You have some new music coming out. What else are you working on?
Well, I just finished my album, so we're rolling that album out now, that's why we're here. That gets released at the top of next year. And and we're going to have some shows. We're going to be coming to the Bay Area soon, so hopefully we'll stop by again when that's around the corner, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You are from Jamaica. How are you mixing your culture into your music?
Well, it's not a thought process. It's a natural thing. I come from Jamaica, so it's not like I consciously say I'm going to inject Jamaican roots into my music. That's who I am, you know what I mean? But I think Jamaica has a lot to contribute to the world from a vibration level, and you know, so we put that vibration in the music, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And what do you think that does, you know, that reggae flavor? I feel like it's always just so uplifting, so happy. You know, what do you think that adds to the music scene?
I think that reggae music is one of the few genres that really talks about, it's like a moral code, it's like a moral compass. That's the word I was looking for. I think reggae music is a moral compass for people. It's one of the few genres that do that, and the few genres that talk about black liberation and Africa. You know what I mean? So it's a big music and very important in the world today, you know?
Yeah. I love that. I love that. Okay, we got to talk about your new single that is coming out this month, right?
Yes,
August. Tell me about it and, you know, what went behind it.
Yeah, we have a song called Under Pressure. And it's talking about the third world story that we have to go through and struggle through. You know what I mean? And that comes out August 16, you know, so really looking forward to that,
And what do you want people to learn from this new single?
It's not really a learn, it's more of just talking about the struggle. It's talking about the economic state that we're all in right now. It's a very hard time economically right now, and it's just more talking about that and relating that story with everybody, but from a third world perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your music is really resonating with a lot of people. You are climbing the Billboard charts.
Yeah.
Your name is getting a lot of recognition. Yeah. What does that mean to you to kind of, you know, have that where people are understanding you and your music?
I don't really think about that. You know what I mean? I think when that becomes something that I do think about is probably when I perform and do tours and then people come and tell me their testimonies. But I don't really think about that because that don't really charting and stuff like that in the grand scheme of things in real life, that don't really mean anything. You know what I mean? What really mean thing is our connection, our human in-life connection. So, but again, you know, we're still grateful for that, to be able to be recognized at a global stage and, you know, being able to hit the charts musically. Not a lot of artists get to say they are doing that, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not really about that, you know.
Okay, well, I'm going to just give you an applause because it does mean something and it is a big deal. When you first started getting into music, you know, did you want to kind of climb and be a recognized name around the world?
No, but at the end of the day, of course, we consciously want to get the frequency out there, you know what I mean, naturally. Yeah. But no, we never, you know, it was fun. When I started out making music, it was about creating an energy in the studio. And we never think about those things when we're making the music. It's when the music is finished now, we start to think, all right, this song will probably sound and be more relatable for people that's living in the Bay or you know what I mean? But we never usually think about that, because then you'll hear that. Yeah. You'll hear me thinking about trying to hit the charts in my music.
Right. You're just focused in the moment, being present. Okay, well, where can people follow you and just follow more and learn about your music? Well,
my name is Keznamdi, Keznamdi. Whichever platform you're on, we're there. You know?
You're there. So you're everywhere. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. You're so humble and so talented, and I think that that's an amazing combination. So I just wish you continued success. And when you're touring here in the Bay, you need to stop by again.
We're going to come with the whole band this time, next time, and we're going to come do a special performance for Live in the Bay.
Deal. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yes.